Erika did a podcast with Pastor James Caddis, and I'm not sure if this was Friday, Saturday. I'm not sure when it was, but she was reading out loud an audience comment or letter or whatever, and it reminded her of Charlie, like midstream, and it was heartbreaking, you guys, because you could tell that this was one of those moments, and they come when you least expect it. When you have gone through grief, the loss of a person, sometimes these waves will just hit you. This is a very normal thing. It's something that Candace doesn't believe even happens to Erika, but of course it does. It has many, many times. And unfortunately, we witnessed it during this podcast. It was absolutely heartbreaking. Here is that moment.
And I have been married for 10 years. My husband is a hard-working farmer who has gone a lot. A year ago, I was questioning my marriage and felt like I was losing myself in the chaotic life of work and motherhood. Since finding a church, I recently got baptized. My kids attend Sunday school, and we talk about Jesus in our home daily. Instead of nagging my husband, I embrace his hard work.
Yeah.
God bless her. God bless her. Oh my gosh. I just cannot imagine.
Sorry.
You want to finish reading it, sweetheart? Let me finish reading it.
I love him like a wife should when he comes home. Instead of losing myself to motherhood, I've completely embraced every second of it. Never wanting my precious babies to grow up. It seems like the more I pour myself into my daily readings, church, and family, the devil shows his face more than I have ever witnessed. Why does it seem like the closer you get to God, the harder the devil works on you?
Yeah. Look, for those of you that can't see, and I have the blessing and the benefit of knowing Erika and Charlie so well that I know exactly why Erika's in tears, you know.
Man.
Oh my gosh, that was like nearly impossible to get through. I have the benefit of seeing it multiple times now, so I'm not like crying when I see it anymore, but it's just unbearable. And then even that gets picked apart by the disgusting, demonic Candace cult, and that disgusting, fat, slobby, redheaded piece of crap that eats his own boogers, Project Constitution.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
Posted it, and he wrote this. Even Pastor James Caddis, which he got the name wrong, is over Erika Kirk's fake tears. In the new Proclaim 365 Q&A video released last night, Erika Kirk once again pulled out the fake crying act after reading a viewer's comment. She started doing her usual emotional performance while Pastor James sat right next to her, looking completely stone-faced and unimpressed. He didn't comfort her. He didn't play along. He just sat there with a look that said, "Really, we're doing this again?" After about 15 seconds of dead air, he finally says, "Why don't you let me finish reading it?" And she immediately interrupts him and blubbers through the rest of the comment, putting on an Oscar-worthy performance. You know it's bad when even her own right-hand man is starting to look exhausted by the emotional manipulation.
I just can't. This is the thing. It's kind of like what I said before. Well, I can't remember what we were talking about I think the UFC fight about demons and spiritually broken people squirming and seething and like just thinking that she's somehow faking it. And they hate it. They hate her because she's whole in her faith and they're not. Candace, anybody here talking about how she's acting? I mean, God, I feel sorry for you. It's something that all Christians should want for themselves, is that wholeness in their faith. I mean, the peace, I pray for it constantly because you know what? I want to throat punch people like the guy in our comments. I want to throat punch you. And so I have to check myself and I have to go, I got to get right. You know what I mean? I am not perfect. But man, I pray that I can get better every single day. She happens to be very whole in her faith and people cannot understand it and they don't like it. And they get very uncomfortable with that. And I feel sorry for those people because they should be looking at that and saying, I want to be more like that.
Totally.
That's what they should be doing.
And to call it fake, and then to call out that pastor and assigning emotions to him that are just utterly false. So I was real happy that Pastor James responded to Project Constitution, and with this very, very long tweet. We're going to show 2 parts of it, not the whole thing, because it was very, very long, and he absolutely told him straight without being unkind, which is what I would have done. I would have been like, listen here, you jackwagon. And I would have said all the things. Pastor James did not do that. Please read. It's a 2-pager, and it's still not all of it, but here are some key parts that I wanted you to read his response.
Congratulations. You managed to build an entire conspiracy theory from a facial expression while simultaneously misspelling the name of the person you were using as evidence. My name is James Caddis, not Caddish. Ordinarily, that would not matter much. But in this case, it matters because you're not even primarily attacking me. You were trying to use me as a prop to attack Erika. You built an entire narrative around what you imagined. I was thinking and feeling, then presented your imagination as evidence. That is a level of confidence completely detached from competence. You also claimed I was sitting right next to her. Wrong again. I was sitting in my own studio in an entirely different location. So let's review. The truth is simple. You have no idea what I was thinking, no idea what I was feeling, and no idea what was happening off camera. Yet you presented your speculation as fact because facts were apparently less useful to your narrative than imagination. I was not annoyed with Erika. I was not frustrated with Erika. I was not sitting there thinking, here we go again. The truth is exactly the opposite. I was emotional because I cared deeply about my friend, a widow. A woman whose husband was murdered while faithfully serving his nation, a man whose courage, sacrifice, and leadership changed lives across this country, and a woman who stood faithfully beside him, carried burdens most people will never understand, and had far more to do with that impact than shallow critics will ever comprehend. You absolute piece of shit. And this is why I have to be better, because that guy is an absolute piece of shit.
100%. And so is Jimmy Dore, who was, of course, we played a clip of him recently on Tucker. Tucker decided to give this complete blowhard a platform. And Jimmy Dore said, in response to Stu Peters, who is also a piece of shit, who said the walls are closing in, Erika is unraveling. Jimmy Dore said, weird that she's working so hard to cover up who really killed her husband while slandering the people actually investigating it and asking questions she should be asking. Also have to remind everybody about meat and how good the meat is that you can get from Backyard Butchers.
It makes me feel better about everything, about terrorists when I eat meat and grilling. I grill. So great with the fire and the meat and Backyard Butchers and family cookouts. We're going to have a huge 4th of July thing here, like massive, tons of people. Are
you shooting off a bunch of fireworks?
Well, we're going to have sparklers, but there's around us, there's like fireworks that usually go off all around. So you can just look in the sky and see them kind of all over the place, which is pretty cool where we live. And we live in the country, so people are always letting them off. But we're going to grill Backyard Butchers. There's going to be all sorts of steaks and burgers and all sorts of stuff. But I get the steakhouse box. It's amazeballs. They also have the Backyard box and the farmhouse box. Mine is more fillets and sirloins. There are some like bone-in ribeyes and T-bones too. But the Backyard box is more New York strips, flat irons, tenderloin tips. And then the farmhouse has all, beef stuff, plus pork chops and chicken breasts, if you're into that. So you should check out all their boxes. It's a great subscription program. It's fantastic meat. There's 0 hormones, antibiotics, no preservatives. It's the way our grandparents ate meat, you guys, and it's very maha. So check them out, backyardbutchers.com/chicks. Code chicks auto applies for 30% off your first order. Plus you get 2 free 10-ounce ribeyes and free shipping when you subscribe. That's backyardbutchers.com/chicks. Celebrate the 250th birthday with Backyard Butchers. Do it.
It's what the F is wrong with these psychopaths?
There's a lot wrong with them. They're, like I said, I just think so many of these people are demonic, and then they'll hide behind, I'm Catholic, I'm this, and then they point fingers at her and say that she's somehow evil, which is precisely what Candace did.
Yeah.
Candace called her evil.
Disgusting vermin, demon people.
Enjoy your money on this earth. Enjoy it. Because it won't be there when you die.
Yeah. One of the things that Erika said after that, she explained like why she felt so emotional over, I think the woman that wrote that comment, her name was Mandy, if I'm not mistaken. And so Erika talked about why that resonated with her and had a message to everybody else who is, who should be thankful that they still have living spouses. Here was her message.
It puts everything in perspective. So why my heart is just like reaching out to Mandy is because she gets it. She gets it. She realizes that all the little stuff, like the spoons in the sink and the dishes on the table and, the clothes on the floor and they're not in the laundry basket, like, who cares?
Right.
Yeah.
Who cares? Your husband's alive. Go and run up to him and give him a kiss. Write him a note for his lunchbox. Like, just love on them. His life is so short, and you are so blessed to be able to still have that.
Yeah.
The life is short. She's right. Very short.
God bless her.
I know. God bless her. And I'm like, God, and people that cannot see that or that are actually trying to break her down, like, shame on you, man. Just shame on you.
Shame on you. And you have nothing on her, as she also said.
Like, these people, they can try with their words or whatever else they want to get either a reaction or to hurt me. But I have survived the worst day of my life.
Yeah. Yep. Amen.
And anything that anyone does on this earth pales in comparison to that moment that I had to live through. And it's this freedom of knowing, like, you can't hurt me. There's nothing you can do that will hurt me. There's nothing that you can do that will break me. I have survived, again, the worst possible, unfathomable moment of my life.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't help but to just rejoice when I hear you talk that way.
It's true. Good luck is right. Yeah. Like, they will try. They haven't broken her. And look at what they've done to her. Like,
they have tried and tried and tried, and they just won't.
Disgusting. Yeah. Absolutely disgusting.
And by the way, this whole notion, I mean, one of the things that they all, Candace included, is hanging their hats on is this idea that Erika should not be in charge of TPUSA, that Charlie didn't want that. They just make up all this crap about how that can't be. I know, it's ridiculous. And Patrick Bet-David actually recently spoke with one of the board members who also was the actual estate planner for Charlie and Erika. And here's what he said.
So I talked to the estate planner of Charlie and Erika Kirk. This is a man that's a good man that Tom's known for almost 2 decades. Good guy. This is not a bad guy. This is a good guy. Other guys. And I had a call with the board member, Doug. We had a good lengthy call. I don't know what it was, maybe a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when we had this conversation together. And I do believe him that Charlie, in his trust, put that he would want her to run the organization.
I said it's Doug DeGroat.
No, they know that because they publicly announced that he's one of the board members. And guess what? That's what Charlie's wishes were. Now, when he says that, or you don't. So if you say, I don't believe that it was in the trust, that's your problem.
Yeah. It's your problem.
That is totally your problem. You're an idiot. And you, again, are one of these, like, the whole theme of the show today is these people are just freaking miserable. Mm-hmm, all of them are miserable. They're miserable and they hate it when other people aren't. And when other people when other people are spiritually whole. Sucks for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.